It had been a couple days since the Farquhar Quarry disaster. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting outside the steamworks. The workmen there were working on the other arrangements for Diane, the troublesome truck. At last they were finished, and Rosie pulled Diane out of the sheds. Except Diane looked very different from what she used to be. She now had benches in her hall and doors installed on her sides. What happened to me?" asked Diane. "These are the other arrangements I was talking about, Diane," said Sir Topham Hatt. "You are now no longer a troublesome truck. You are a roofless passenger car." Diane was appalled. "What?" she said. "Why would you do this to me?" "Well, Toby has been in need of a second carriage for his passenger trains, and I think you would make a nice passenger car." "Oh, and I'm sure you didn't do it just so I would be separated from the other troublesome trucks and therefore cause less problems." "Exactly," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Now, Rosie, take Diane to Toby. He'll be waiting for you at Elsbridge." "Yes, sir." And Rosie left the steamworks with a more than annoyed Diane. Rosie soon arrived at Elsbridge. Toby was waiting with Henrietta, just as Sir Topham Hatt said. Before Diane was shunted into place, Daisy cruised through the station. Diane glared at her, but Daisy just laughed. After that, Rosie quickly shunted Diane behind Henrietta. "Woo-hoo, I'm so excited," said Diane. "Oh, come on, dear," said Henrietta. "It won't be so bad. You might actually enjoy being a coach. We'll see about that." The passengers climbed into Diane, marveling at the strange new coach. Diane was starting to feel self-conscious. "Can we go now?" "We have to wait for all the passengers to get in," said Henrietta. At last, all the passengers were in their seats. The conductor blew his whistle, and with that, Toby set off down the line. As Toby trundled down the line, Diane was trying to find something to complain about, but to her surprise, she found nothing. "We're going really smoothly," she said. "Not too rough and not too fast. It's just right." Toby smiled. "I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I'm not gonna lie, I expected you to complain a lot more." "You guys call it complaining," said Diane, "but I call it stating facts. You engines always bump us trucks around for no good reason." "No good reason," said Toby. "What about all those accidents you caused by pushing us engines?" "We bump you 'cause you bump us. You engines always think you're so much better than the trucks. You insult us even if we're in a good mood, and you'd rather be doing anything than pulling trucks. Have you ever noticed that whenever we cause an accident, it's because an engine has been being a jerk?" "Yes, I have noticed that," said Toby. "That's why I'm always careful when I'm pulling or shunting trucks, because they will fight back if I'm not careful." "And if any feelings are hurt," said Henrietta, "then I will do my best to soothe them and calm everyone down." "Huh," said Diane. "You two make a pretty good team. You understand trucks better than almost any engine on Sodor." "What Toby doesn't know about trucks," said Henrietta, "isn't even worth knowing. My Toby is an experienced one." "I guess so," said Diane. "You know, I kind of like being a coach. It's very refreshing. But I don't think my truck siblings would appreciate me saying that." Toby laughed. "I can talk to the other engines if you want," he said. "If you don't want the trucks bumped around all the time, I can make it clear to the other engines you guys don't like that." "You'd do that for me?" "Of course, Diane. Of course I will." "Thanks, Toby, for such a splendid ride. I can't wait for tomorrow." "No problem," replied Toby, and after all the passengers had left, Toby took Diane and Henrietta to the carriage shed. Diane has been a passenger car for a couple weeks now. She likes her new life of carrying passengers along Thomas's branch line. The trucks are much happier now that the engines don't bump them as much, and the engines are happier because the trucks are less obnoxious. Diane's new start really was for the better, and nothing could change that. A couple days later, Thomas finally came back from the works. And how did he react to Diane's new changes? Well, I hate to say this for a third time, but that's a story for another day.